In the Bible, there's a story about a man called Elijah. Elijah was a prophet of God, and during his time, he simply felt like the only prophet who was left. One day, he called the prophets of Baal, 450 in total, to meet him at a certain place in front of the nation of Israel. And effectively, they battled it out to see whose God was the one true God once and for all. The prophets of Baal built their altar in one place, put the sacrifice on, started calling out to their God for a response. But all they got was silence. Then Elijah built his altar, put the sacrifice on, and in the middle of a drought, had enough water to saturate his altar. And then he called out to God. And in an incredible miracle, fire poured out from heaven upon this altar, consuming the sacrifice and all of the water surrounding it. In this incredible moment, we see that God was saying, I am still the one true God and there is no other. I wrote the song Let Fire Fall about this story. And as I was writing it, I started to wonder, what today represents Baal? The one thing that I can see that really concerns me is an idea called relativism. This idea that each person has their own truth, which is truth to them, and therefore it is truth. There is no absolute truth. It's a scary idea when we consider that Jesus himself comes and says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus Christ, as the Son of God, said that he is the only way to heaven. This was a pretty clear absolute. And as Christians, we can't afford to be incorporating one idea and another into our belief system. We can't formulate some custom worldview here when there really is one absolute, and that is built on Jesus Christ, the Word of God. As followers of Jesus, we can't afford to be keeping our own selfish desires, keeping parts of sexual immorality or lying or cheating or perhaps not loving our neighbor when they hate us. Following Christ means wholeheartedly following him. And we can't compromise that just for our own comfort. I pray that today fire would fall more than ever on the things that stop us from wholeheartedly following Christ. Let fire fall.
Light it up, crimson sky fall, ever consuming, let fire fall. Light it up, crimson sky fall, ever consuming, let fire fall.